I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your bullish bit brought to you by the BillFodl. Get your seed phrases off of paper and into solid steel so you can have peace of mind around fire damage, water damage, and so much more. This is how I'm backing up my important Bitcoin wallets, and you can grab one today at privacypros.io/BTC Sessions.
I mean, I think there's just various types of education. I mean, I think Alex's entire organization does great work, right? Is the whole theme there about basically human rights. And, I think one of the ways to phrase it is like something I've been kind of hammering home lately when it comes to financial freedom and money is that there are 180 different fiat currencies in the world, right? Each one, something like 130 of them are like free floating. Another bunch of them are pegged, but pegs can be broken all the time. They can always be pegged and then reset, right? So really, you still have 180 different fiat currencies. They all have these like little local monopolies where they're enforced to be used. Very few of them are saleable outside of their jurisdiction, right? So a handful, like the dollar, are a few others. Vast majority, let's say, put the top dozen aside. The other ones are just like completely unsaleable anywhere else, pretty much. And so you're basically relying on these little 180 different fiefdoms to manage their ledger, so they can manage your life savings, they can manage your ability to make payments, they can freeze your account, they can take your money, all these types of things. And so, I see in the West people say, Bitcoin's like a solution in search for a problem. I've seen kind of some privileged people say that. I say, well, okay, put yourself in the shoes of someone that's not in a top 10 currency or top 10, fiat fiefdom. They're in, one that's either highly inflationary or authoritarian or both. And what are their options, right? I mean, the other day on Twitter, I asked, like, if you were going to sell a home in a country with a severe currency problem, and you wanted to store that wealth in liquid, stable form for 2 years, and then redeploy that money into some other property, how would you do it? And some people were like, I'd get dollars. I'm like, well, where are you going to hold the dollars? Right? It's like, like some people are like, well, I'd hold it in physical cash. I'm like, okay, you're going to hold a house worth of physical cash in like your apartment. Every time you leave, you're going to hope you don't get robbed or the thing doesn't burn down. You can hold it in a foreign bank account, but in a lot of countries, like half the population doesn't have a domestic bank account, let alone a foreign bank account. You can some countries that obviously hold dollars in the local banking account, but they can be confiscated and like forcibly converted back. Some people said stable coins, but then you're relying on a foreign custodian. That works, for many of them, but it's not a perfect solution. There's physical gold, there's Bitcoin. I mean, obviously Bitcoin's still new and volatile. So basically, it's kind of a sad problem that so many people just they can't answer that question easily. How would I store value for 2 years?